Hi students, welcome to the topic called speed and velocity. In the last session, we had learned about distance and displacement, the basic concept and conceptual numericals. Same way, speed and velocity, basic concept and conceptual numericals. Let us do it, right? Speed, which is the distance divided by time. Speed is the distance divided by time. What is the velocity here? Velocity is the displacement by time. Velocity is the displacement by time. As we are referring the speed in terms of distance, so this is the speed is a scalar quantity. Again I am telling you, scalar quantity is the quantity which will be having only magnitude but not the direction. Now, velocity is a vector quantity because we have written the velocity in terms of displacement. You see here, displacement was, we had discussed about a vector quantity which will be having both magnitude as well as direction. This is the concept about speed and velocity and its introduction. There will be different kinds of speed and velocities. Before moving into it, what an important expression I am just writing here. Speed can be greater than or equal to velocity because distance will be greater than or equal to displacement. I hope you remember the last session. When distance is greater than displacement, when the body is moving, definitely the distance will be greater than displacement. Whatever may be the condition, whether the body is coming back or not, the distance will be always greater than the displacement. In which case, distance is equal to displacement as long as the body is moving in a straight line without turning back. The distance will be equal to displacement, right? The same concept, let us apply to the speed and velocity. As long as the body is moving in a straight line without turning back, its speed and velocities are same. When the body started coming back, the speed will be greater than the velocity because speed will gives you the distance by time. Understand, distance is always an increasing quantity as long as the body is moving. Okay, so these are the two important relations. Keep it here. Now, I hope you have listened to a term called speedometer and odometer. Speedometer and odometer. What is the speedometer here? The speedometer will gives you the instantaneous speed of a body. Odometer will gives you the total distance traveled by a body. For example, let us take the concept called a car. We are moving in a car. There will be a speedometer. You know the speedometer, right? The speedometer will be looks like this. So there will be a needle here. So it is mentioned in kilometer per hour. So the reading is a 0 here. So the reading will be increases. Imagine maybe it is a 0. So this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 120. So like that. So this is the reading of the speedometer which gives you instantaneous speed of a body. Instantaneous means what? At that particular instant you see, the speed will be one particular reading. For example, you are moving in a car. There is a speed breaker has come. Immediately when you slow down, the reading of the speedometer will be like this. Right? It will decrease in this way. So when there is no speed breaker, we are moving in a highway, so then the speedometer direction will definitely increase, right? So at that particular instant you see the speedometer, so that speed is called instantaneous speed of a body. Instantaneous, at that particular moment. Then where is the instantaneous velocity here? Speed plus direction will be equal to velocity. Remember, it's so simple. Speed plus direction will give you the velocity here. So in a particular direction, if you check the speedometer reading, in a particular direction car is moving, that's called instantaneous velocity. There is no much difference here. Here I have told you clearly, the car is moving in a straight road. The speed and velocities are same here. Okay? Clear? Now, what is this odometer? Here itself, there is an odometer. It is also a device which will tell us the distance traveled by the car. So, the reading will be given like this: 0, 1, 4, 3, 5, 6 kilometers. This is what? The distance traveled by the car. Okay, till now. Distance always increasing, right? So that's the reason your odometer always increases its reading. You cannot see the odometer reading will be decreases. Understand? So that's the concept of speedometer and odometer. Both are the devices. One device is measuring the speed, instantaneous speed. The another device is measuring the total distance traveled by a body. So here, speed and velocity. Instantaneous speed and instantaneous velocity. In the same way, there is another speed and another velocity called average speed, denoted, and which is equal to total distance divided by total time taken. And in the same way, average velocity can be written as total displacement divided by total time taken. Whenever we talk about average, according to the physics, the numerator and denominator we must take its total values. So average speed, total distance by total time taken. Average velocity, total displacement by total time taken. Here, your average values are also scalar and vector according to the speed and velocity. And speed, average speed, scalar, average velocity, vector. And what is the unit of the speed? So speed unit is meter per second, velocity unit is also meter per second. So that's called SI unit. And bigger units are, we are written here, kilometer per hour are the bigger units of speed and velocity. So what I can write, carefully see, 1 kilometer per hour is equal to 5 by 18 meter per second. So what is 1 kilometer per hour? 5 by 18 meter per second. That's a relation between kilometer per hour and meter per second. So while solving the numericals, you should understand this relation and substitute. You get the values from kilometer per hour into meter per second. I hope you are getting the points here. Now, let's see. Here what we have discussed, distance is greater than or equal to displacement. Speed greater than or equal to displacement. In the same way, your average speed will always be greater than or equal to average velocity. No doubt at all. As long as the body is moving in a straight line without turning back, average speed will be equal to average velocity, and if it is turning back, average speed will be greater than average velocity. So that's it, right? Now, you might be recollecting the concept called uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration. What is this uniform acceleration? If a body covering or changing its velocities equally in equal intervals of time, right? That's what I am writing here. If a body changing its velocities equally in equal intervals of time, we say the body is moving with uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration means it's a constant acceleration. Uniform acceleration means what? It's a constant acceleration. Okay, clear? Now, for example, this is a body moving on the ground with uniform acceleration. Initial velocity of the body is u and final velocity of the body is v. Okay, so in this case, the average speed or average velocity can be written as initial velocity plus final velocity by 2. So remember, this is what the average velocity, another formula. Okay, there are so many formulas related to the average velocity. You may or may not have studied in your 9th standard, but in 11th standard there will be a connection with your 9th standard portions. So already we have discussed about average speed and average velocity, basic definitions. So this is what, if a body is moving with uniform acceleration. Okay, clear? Now, in the same average speed and average velocity, there are two different cases. One by one we are going to discuss. So the first case, so in average velocity and average speed, the first case, what is the case? Very important for your NEET exam. Very important cases for your NEET exam, which are in connection with your 9th standard. Here we are not discussing any kind of alien topics. Whatever you know, we are just brushing it up so that you will save your valuable time now. Let's start case 1. In this case 1, a body is moving, look at here. This is the body moving from point A to B. The total distance travelled by the body is x from A to B. How it is moving? Listen. The first half of the distance is x by 2. It is moving with a constant speed v1. So I am writing here, it's a constant speed v1 or constant velocity, because body is moving in a straight line, right? Without turning back. Speed, I can say velocity. Distance, I can say displacement. Average speed, I can say average velocity. Okay. Now, second half of the distance, the body is moving with a constant speed v2. Okay. Now, you know what is the question? The question is to find the average velocity in terms of v1 and v2. So the question is, find V average in terms of V1 and V2. They have not mentioned anything about the time. Anything about the time. Why I am talking about the time? Why I am thinking about the time? Because average velocity or average speed, the basic definition is what? Total distance by total time or total displacement by total time. So here there is a time. Here there is a time. So we need to think about the time. But they have not mentioned anything about the time. But speed is equal to distance by time. Time is equal to distance by speed. Yes or no? 100% it is yes. So speed is equal to distance by time. So from here, so what I can write? Time is equal to distance by speed. Clear? So keep this equation aside. The very essential equation for this derivation. Right? Now, what is our aim? Average speed or average velocity. So let me write basic definition of average speed or average velocity. It's a total distance traveled by total time taken. Total distance traveled by the total time taken. So what is the total distance traveled here? So the first half of the interval, the distance traveled is x by 2 plus second half of the interval, the distance traveled is x by 2. So the numerator we have got x by 2 plus x by 2. You can also write it as x. Okay. Now, what is the total time? Time they have not mentioned. Okay. But in first half of the interval, they have mentioned about the distance and the speed. Okay. In the second half of the interval, they have mentioned about distance and speed. Clear? Now, in first half of the interval, what is the time? See here, time is equal to distance in the first half by speed in the first half. So, time in the first half is, distance in the first half is x by 2 divided by time in the first half. See, so time in the first half is equal to distance in the first half is x by 2 and speed in the first half is v1. Okay. Plus total time we are talking about. Time in the second half can be written in terms of distance by speed. So time in the second half is distance is x by 2 divided by speed in the second half is v2. Okay. So this is your denominator. No confusions at all. So your average speed or average velocity is equal to, here carefully look at the situation. So from the numerator I am just taking x by 2 as common. 1 plus 1 is inside. X by 2 taken common. Here 1 is there. Plus 1 will be here. So divided by. And the denominator also x by 2 I can take common. X by 2 is taken common here. So here 1 divided by, this only comes out, right? 1 divided by v1 plus 1 divided by v2. So x by 2 cancel here. Alright? So average speed or average velocity can be written as 2 divided by. So what is this LCM here? v1, v2. And here in the denominator I can write v1 plus v2. Okay. Now this, the denominator if I take to the numerator, that will become reciprocal, right? So numerator is 2 into, this is the part I have taken to up. So that will be v1 v2 divided by v1 plus v2. See the interesting equation we have got. Average velocity or average speed in terms of constant speeds v1 and v2. So 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. When the total distance is divided into two halves. When the total distance is divided into two halves, the average speed or average velocity is equal to 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. So I am writing the expression here. So average speed or average velocity is 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. So let's understand how the questions can be asked here. The basic question I would like to explain here. There is a body. Starting from here and moved here. The total distance is x. first half of the distance, the body is moving with 3 meters per second, and second half of the distance, the body is moving with 6 meters per second. That's it. The question is to find average velocity. See how simple it is. When the total distance is divided into two halves, your answer 2 into V1 3, V2 6 divided by V1 plus V2 3 plus 6. So what is the answer? V average is equal to 2 into 3 into 6 80 by 3 plus 6 9. So I can write 9 twos are. So your answer is 4 meters per second. Simply, most of the students what they do know. When the question is about average velocity, then simply do that. 3 plus 6 by 2. 3 plus 6, 9 by 2, 4.5. So that's not the answer. That's not the answer. When that answer will be same? When the body is moving with uniform acceleration, initial velocity plus final velocity by 2 will be the average speed or average velocity. But it's not the case. Right? This is the case where the total distance is divided into two halves. Okay? Clear? I hope it is very clear to you. Now, there is a case 2. And let's understand case 2 here. So let's start case 2. Case 2 is an interesting one. So there is a body starting from point A and reaching to the point B. Okay. Total time taken is T. Total time taken. So that may be some 6 seconds. Okay. Total time taken is T. 6 seconds. In first 3 seconds, that means first half of the time, imagine now I am dividing into the times. In first half of the time, so the body is moving with a constant speed or velocity V1, and in second half of the time, that means second 3 seconds, okay, next 3 seconds, so the body is moving with a constant speed V2 here. Okay. Now, what is the average speed or average velocity in terms of V1 and V2? The concept is same here. So the question is, how will we be finding average speed or average velocity in terms of V1 and V2? To find average speed or average velocity, you need total distance by total time. Here time is given, distance was not given. But here distance was given, time is not given. In that case, what is the basic formula we used? Basic formula we used is speed is equal to distance by time. So let me use the same formula here. So speed is equal to distance by time. So from here, distance is not given, time is given. So distance is equal to speed into time. So this is the basic equation we are going to use. Now, average speed or average velocity, the basic formula is what? Total distance divided by total time. Total distance divided by total time. Okay. Now, what is the total distance here? Total distance they have not given, right? In first half of the time, what is the total distance? You know, distance is speed into time. So this speed into time is the distance traveled in the first half. Okay. What is the speed? V1 into time is T by 2 plus. What is the distance in the second half interval of time? V2 T by 2, because distance is speed into time. Speed is V2, time is T by 2. So this is V2 into T by 2. It is half of the distance traveled, and this is another half of the distance traveled by denominator is the total time. Total time is what? T by 2 plus T by 2. Now, your average speed or average velocity is equal to, from the numerator, I can take t by 2 value as common. T by 2 if I take common, so here V1 plus V2 is remain. See, t by 2 is taken common, V1 is there. Here also t by 2 is taken common, V2 is there. Here also I am taking t by 2 common. What is left? Here 1 plus 1. Okay. Now your average speed or average velocity is equal to t by 2 cancel and V1 plus V2 by 2, right? When the total time is divided into two half intervals, the average velocity will be V1 plus V2 by 2. When the total distance is divided into two halves, the average velocity will be 2V1 V2 by V1 plus V2. When the body is moving with uniform acceleration, with initial velocity U and final velocity V, the average speed or average velocity is U plus V by 2. And let us solve a numerical here. For example, so there is a body starting from point A to B. The total time taken is T, and first half of the time interval, the body is moving with same 3 meters per second. And second half of the time interval, the body is moving with 6 meters per second. Time is divided into two halves. Here, distance was divided into two halves. The formulas are different. So, to find average speed, which is equal to V1 plus V2 by 2. V1, it's 3 plus V2, 6 by 2. It's 9 by 2. 4.5 meter per second is the answer. Okay. Clear? One more numerical. Here, let's see. A body is moving with a uniform acceleration. Body is moving with uniform acceleration. It has started with initial velocity 20 meters per second and reached to the final velocity 40 meters per second. Now the question is, average speed is equal to, what is the answer? Average speed or average velocity is equal to initial velocity plus final velocity, which is 20 plus 40 divided by 2, 60 by 2, it's 30 meters per second. In this way, numericals will be asked. Three cases are different. And you believe me or not, the three cases, the derivations will be based on the basic formula, average velocity is total distance by total time, average speed is equal to total distance by total time, same. Okay, and let's solve few basic conceptual numericals for you. Let us start solving the numericals. An object travels 10 meters in 20 seconds and next 10 meters in 4 seconds. What is the average speed of an object? Let me remind you the formulas we have discussed about average speed. Average speed is equal to total distance by total time. Average speed is equal to 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2 when the total distance is divided into two halves and velocities are given in each half. Is there any velocities are given in each half? No. Is there an initial velocity and final velocity is given? No. So what formula to be used? Because total distance traveled is given 10 meter for a few seconds and next 10 meter another time taken. So total distance is given and total time is also given. How much? In 2 seconds and next 10 meter in 4 seconds. So total distance is there, total time is there. It's called the direct substitution problem. So let's start. Average speed. So the average speed is equal to total distance by total time taken, and total distance is 10 meters plus 10 meter and total time taken is 2 seconds plus 4 seconds. So now what I can write here, it's 20 by 6. 20 by 6, how much here? So this is 2 3s and 2 10s. So your answer will be 3.33 meters per second. I had clearly told you the unit for average speed or average velocity also meters per second. Okay. Now next, a man swims in a pool of width 100 meters. The width of the swimming pool is 100 meters. So let me draw a rough diagram. So this is what the swimming pool of width 100 meters. This one. He covers 200 meters in 10 minutes. Okay. 200 meters he covered in 10 minutes. So when the width is 100 meters, how come he covered 200 meters? Because he started from this point. He reached here, covers 100 meters. Again he came back here, covers 200 meters. Okay, clear? So he covered 200 meters. So that means from here to here as well as here to here, the total distance traveled is how much? Total distance traveled is 200 meters and total time taken is how much? 10 minutes. 10 minutes means how many seconds? Right? So 10 into 10 minutes. 10 into 60. So which is 600 seconds. Okay. Now, and along the same path he has come back. Okay. Find the average speed and average velocity of the man during the entire journey. What is the average speed here, right? So average speed is equal to total distance by total time taken. It's so simple. 200 by 600. 200 it is meter and 600 is second. So this is 0 0 cancel, 0 0 cancel. It's what? 2 ones and 2 threes are. Okay. So 1 by 3. So 1 by 3 meters per second is average speed. And interesting thing is average velocity. That is the interesting part. So average velocity is total displacement by total time taken, right? Where is the total displacement here? So body started from here and reached back to the same point. What is the displacement here? It is 0. We had discussed clearly in the last class. When the body is starting from one point and comes back to the same point, so the displacement will be 0. Total displacement by total time taken is the same 600 seconds, whatever may be. If your numerator is 0, your answer also will be 0. Okay. I hope you are following. Let's see the third numerator. The average speed of an object over a given time duration is 6 meters per second. A body is starting from here to here. Okay. The average speed, so time, total time taken is 6 meters per second. The average speed in this case is given as 6 meters per second. Okay. Sorry. In some time taken, the average speed of an object over a time duration is 6 meters per second. In some time duration from A to B, the average speed is given 6 meters per second. If it travels first half of the duration with a constant speed, first half of the duration with a constant speed 4 meters per second, and its speed during the next half of the duration, so what will be the speed here? So simple question. Whatever may be the given values, when the total time is divided into two halves, so what is the average velocity is v1 plus v2 by 2. So here what are the given values? So the total average velocity given, v1 is given, v2 is unknown, you can easily find out, right? V average is how much? 6 is equal to v1 is how much? 4 plus v2 divided by 2. So what is this value here? So 6 into 2, cross multiplication if I do, 12 is equal to 4 plus v2, and v2 is equal to, can I write this as 8 meters per second? Yes. Because plus 4 comes to the other side, that will be minus 4. 12 minus 4 will be 8. Okay. These are, slowly we are increasing the level of the numerators, because If you feel that, or if you say that I will be at the same level of my 8th standard or 9th standard or even 10th standard, so you cannot perform your 100% and you cannot be a super performer in your 11th standard. So that's the reason. Slowly we will be increasing the level of questions and at the same time, parallelly, your level of performing also will be increases. Okay, so do not waste your time and use them well. Let's see. So this is the most important problem. In one of the NEET exams, this question was there. Final NEET exam, this question was there. Right? The same model. Whatever we have discussed about average speed and average velocity, based on that only, let's solve. A particle is moving in a straight line. Okay. Covers half of the total distance with a speed of 3 meters per second. Fine. So now the solution for this question will be like this. Look at here. A body is starting from A to B. Half of the distance x by 2 and the other half is x by 2. Half of the distance it is travelled with a speed of 3 meters per second. Carefully see. Okay. The other half of the distance is covered in 2 equal time intervals. First case, total distance is divided into two parts. Second case, this half of the distance is divided into 2 time intervals. Okay. The other half of the distance is covered in 2 equal time intervals with the speeds 4.5 meter per second and 7.5 meter per second. Here the speed is 4.5 meters per second and 7.5 meters per second. Okay. Now the average speed of the particle during this motion. Average speed of the particle. If the total distance is divided into two halves, you know it's 2 v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. If the total time is divided into two halves, it will be v1 plus v2 by 2. But here, both the cases are involved in a single numerical. Both the cases are there, right? If you closely observe, we need the average speed between A and B. So when the body is moving from A to B, we need average speed. We don't want the average speed for this half or for this half. Right? Clear? Now, if you see the second case carefully, there will be an average velocity you get. How? Because the second case, the total time is divided into two halves. Right? Total time is divided into two halves. And you know the average velocity in this case will be v1 plus v2 by 2. What is v1 here? 4.5 plus what is v2 here? 7.5 divided by 2. What is 4.5 plus 7.5? So 7 plus 4, it will be 11 and 0.5 is there, it's 12. So average speed in this case, only in this case will be 12 by 2 will be 6 meters per second. Okay, 6 meters per second. So here the 6 meters per second is the average. If you carefully go through the point. Now the total, let's come back to the concept of total from A to B. Total distance is divided into two halves. Right? Total distance is divided into three. First half of the distance is here, and the second half of the distance is here. And total distance is divided into two halves, and the body is moving with the velocity 3 meters per second in first half. And with what constant speed the body is moving in the second half? 6 meters per second, right? Just now we have found. So you can say it is V1 and you can say it is V2. Okay. Now the final, overall I am talking about overall from A to B. Final average velocity will be equal to 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. Why 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2? Because the total distance is divided into two halves. when you take the overall numerical. So it will be 2 into V1 into V2 6 by V1 plus V2, it's 3 plus 6, and we had already discussed with a similar kind of values. So average speed or average velocity will be equal to, so what is this? 2 into 3 into 6, 18 divided by, it's 9 twos. So your answer is 4 meters per second. In this way, starting from the basic numerical like direct substitution, the level will be increases and finally reaching to the NEET exam questions, the NEET model questions, right? Okay, fine. So we'll be meeting you soon with another chapter or another topic. In the meantime, do not waste your time. All the best. Thank you so much.